Welcome to your weekday Cup of the Word. We're in Luke chapter 9. Luke chapter 9 can really be summed up by Jesus with his apostles. He's going to spend a lot of time with his apostles in this chapter. He's going to send his apostles out to preach and tell them, I'm giving you authority to cast out demons and go preach the message in all the cities that you can. You're going to see in this chapter where Jesus is going to feed the 5,000, and then after that he's going to go away with his apostles, and he's going to ask them, he's saying, who does everybody think I am? And Peter's going to give that good confession. He's going to say, you are the Christ. And Jesus is going to tell them, don't go around saying that to everybody, which sounds like an odd thing, but Jesus was really grappling with fame. Jesus rarely went out and told people, I'm the Son of God. He let his life and words prove it to them. And so he's going to tell his apostles the same thing. Just let the fame take care of itself. And then he's also going to tell his apostles that the time is coming where he will be delivered into the hands of men. He'll tell them that multiple times in this chapter. They're not going to understand what he's saying, but he's going to tell them nonetheless. And then we're going to see the transfiguration where Peter, James, and John get to see that there's Jesus and Moses and Elijah. And Jesus is greater than Moses and Elijah. He's greater than Moses, who gave the law, and Elijah, who is considered one of the greatest of all time prophets. And yet the Father says, this is my Son. Follow him. We're going to see the apostles that they weren't always as faithful as they ought to be because they weren't able to cast out this demon. And Jesus says, because you had a lack of faith. It takes prayer and fasting and effort, and you didn't put it in. And you're going to see them arguing and bickering over who's the greatest. And Jesus is going to slap that down really quickly about what greatness really is in his kingdom. You're going to see James and John, who, when they go through a Samaritan town, and the Samaritans don't want to accept a Jew into their town because they knew Jesus was going to Jerusalem, and there was this feud between Samaritans and Jews, that James and John, they get upset at the town and say, hey, you want us to ask that God would cast fire down? And Jesus will rebuke them. He says, that's not my kind of kingdom. That's not what I came to preach. And we're going to see at the very end of this chapter, Jesus tell different people who want to be his disciples that to be my disciple takes everything you've got. You can't turn back. You've got to say, this is where I'm going, and I will follow you. Let the world do what it does, but I'll follow Christ. To be a disciple of Christ takes a full commitment, not a partial one. And the apostles were very much learning that as they lived and breathed and walked with the Son of God. That's your Daily Cup, and we'll see you